if you're using a credit card, the bank already knows who you are. So we make sure this way that you are not.
Already submitted your KYC there.
Yes.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Millionaire Podcast. With me, I have someone very special. He has 30 years of experience in the industry. He's one of 3 lotto game designers in the world. And he is here with us to answer all the questions you have about Millionaire and the green initiative behind it, Oasis Park. Mr. Ralph C. Martin.
Thank you very much, Maradona. It's a nice introduction.
You're welcome.
And what do you think about the new studio?
The new space?
Well, it's just temporary, of course, but
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Even like it's a little bit different to the podcasts before.
Yes, a change is always good.
Yeah. Let's go for the questions and what the people are interested in.
Yes, and also a very happy festive to everyone. I'll dive straight in. The question is, how does Millionaire handle sensitive data? And what are your thoughts about money laundering and the other sensitive topics that need to be taken care of?
Yeah, this is actually it's a very important topic. I mean, people do not really think about it in general, but it is an important topic because the people are giving us so much data. Actually, they are starting off obviously when they start when they register. We know their name, we know email, we know their phone numbers, sometimes even the birth date.
Yeah.
We need the location where they're from.
Okay.
So all these data they are giving to us needs to be protected.
Okay.
And we have policies in place, like our internal policies, of course, but also with the companies we are working with or the servers we are using, that no data is basically leaving the room, leaving the company, right? And I think it's really important that Millionaire is not trading data. We are not selling it. We are not trying to make money out of it. What you hear like a lot of times, like other companies are using data and sell it to make money. But this is like, in our case, I mean, we guarantee that it's very confidential.
Okay.
It's only for the purposes of being a player, and we can identify the people.
Okay.
Which is more or less leading to the next topic, like the KYC.
Okay.
So KYC stands for Know Your Customer.
Know your customer.
Okay, this is also very important because, when we need to know, or we need to make sure that people that are playing are real people. And there are very simple mechanisms because people playing with Millionaire are forced to use a credit card, debit card, or bank card, or whatever it is, or PayPal, different payment methods of obviously you can use. But if you're using a credit card, the bank already knows who you are. So we make sure this way that you are not.
Already submitted your KYC there.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the easiest way, like without like going through all the processes, like looking at your passport or national ID or whatever it is. So and especially since we are international, it would make it really complicated. You can imagine. I mean, like people from the GCC countries, but we also have like people from Europe. We have people from the US. We have people from everywhere in the world. And some people don't even have passports, by the way.
Oh wow.
So if somebody's not traveling, he doesn't need a passport, right? But this is very important, and then the next step.
But out of these 3, which are the safest? Is it safer to do it through internet banking, through a debit card, or a credit card?
Well, actually, for us, it doesn't matter. It's as soon as you have a card. Now, obviously, I mean when you register with a bank, the internet banks, like where you do like your video yeah,
Face
the video
recognition.
face recognition or whatever it is.
Okay.
Not the recognition, but when you apply for an account, like they do this, like you have to hold your phone and your card, and you have to move your
takes a
head and all
screen.
this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, there can also be like mistakes, because I mean, like if we don't look alike, but I mean, the person on the other end has to make a decision if it's you or not.
Yeah. Okay.
But that, like this way, I mean, in our case, it's the combination of having your phone number, for example, and having the credit card, and having a name, and at the moment you buy a ticket, this is not really crucial for us. I mean, the crucial moment starts when you're a winner.
Okay.
And since we have a lot of winners, I think in the past 2.5 years we had like more than 100,000 winners.
Wow.
So, and we are only paying out to bank accounts.
Okay.
So we don't pay out cash or whatever it is. So that makes it also very safe. So we can check like what name is it on, and if it comes to the big winners, like the 100,000 for the raffle ticket, the green certificate draw, or the 500 or the 100 million we have in the jackpot right now, then it's a different story. I mean, At this point, our customer team, our winners team, they reach out to the person, and we need to make sure we have everything. I mean, we want to see like, a license, or an ID at least. We want we need like some proof of residence. We need, if possible, a passport copy. We need the bank account, the name. Only the winner can claim the money, by the way, in this case. With the smaller winnings, it does not matter. If somebody wins, let's say in Oman, and he wants it on his bank account in India, for example, this is not an issue. But when it comes to the big winnings, it's becoming an issue. Then we need to know who it is. So I mean, this is like going through a process, and it's very important, and this leads to the next big security issue, I would say, which is like which always like is a discussion in the industry and with governments as well, the money laundering.
Okay.
And there are some money laundering procedures again.
Okay.
To make sure that that's not happening. Now, what's possible? I mean, what does it mean? I mean, basically, it means you want to you have money where you don't know where it's coming from, and you want to send someone, and maybe you don't want to, like that some government or whatever, the police or whoever it is, like does not want to know where it's going.
Okay.
Now, in our case, and that's a big difference. Lotteries again, when it comes to lotteries compared to gambling, for example, or betting, it's really difficult to, or actually, it's not possible, because what we do is like the people buying a very small amount, a ticket with a very small amount, right? It's only 25 dirhams. And I mean, there is no need for money laundering for 25 dirhams. Now,
True.
and sending money to someone is not possible, because I mean, even so, if you put the money in your account, you only can get the money out of your wallet if you are a winner, and only in the amount of your winning.
Okay.
So I mean, there's no guarantee that you're a winner, right? Because it's a lottery. So if somebody thinks like he can send money, let's say, from one country to another, or from one business he's doing, and it might not even be legal, to another, I mean, he has to buy a lot of tickets. And now if you're buying a lot of tickets, then we'll see it. I mean, we have like the the red lights are going on when somebody's buying like whatever, more than 10 or 20 or 30 tickets, we monitor this.
Okay.
And then the red flag is up and we stop this right away. Yeah, so money laundry is in a lottery and if the company has regulations to prevent it, then it's not possible from the outside.
Okay.
Again, in business it's always the same, like the fraud can come from inside. But in our case, we have like so many entities involved, starting from insurance procedures and representatives supervising us. We have like different teams in our compliance teams, even and stuff like in our own organization, that it's absolutely not possible.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like it's sad, but since several years, we have obviously the terror financing issues, and that means like sending again money from one side to another. We have restricted countries we are not dealing with, very important. So they are basically blacklisted obviously from the banks itself, but also like from our side. And since we are regulated and have a license, we are told, basically we are supervised by these authorities that nothing like this happens. And again, we saw this in the past actually, like when we started like 2 years ago, that people were trying to check the system, what's possible and what's not. And we adjusted it over the 2.5 years now. But today, I would say there's no way.
Wow.
So just, for the player, the regular person, you and me playing and trying to buy a lottery ticket, it's really important that we understand our data is safe. I think that's the most important part. If somebody, is claiming that he got the data from Millionaire, then I can assure it's not possible. Yeah. It's a lie. And we are doing like everything to protect our people. We do not charge anything, like if we are not calling people saying like, oh, you have to pay a little bit so we can do the money transfer or the payout or whatever. We have a call center where you can call and assure and ask, for example, if everything is safe or your winnings are there. So yeah, it's but data protection and making sure that we have the KYC and we are following the international rules. These are international rules. It's not just our rules, right, for money laundering and stuff. So this is very important. It's I would say like it's essential for this kind of industry.
Okay.
And we always say like, Millionaire is a lottery and an entity, and that is selling the tickets globally, and we want to make sure that we follow all these regulations. And as soon as you find out, there are small people or companies on the market for gambling and stuff like that, and they probably do not have these regulations. They probably cannot even afford it because it costs money too.
Great. It's pretty interesting to know all these safety measures and how things are kept, and people should also be aware of not to fall into getting an email from somewhere saying you won something that you did not even participate in. Send us an amount and we'll give you your winnings.
It's a very serious topic actually, and it's really important that we talk about it or people know about it. And if somebody is asking you for data, don't give it to them. The only, when it comes to a Millionaire, at least, only fill out the forms we are sending to you, or if you're a winner, or first of all, we call you and maybe you want to call us back. But we know, you can ask for information only we have, for example, your ID, for example, your account ID. So I mean, at least you make sure that we are the ones that know you, that it's us, right? And only give the data on the website. I mean, only on an app if you're using the apps. Just put in your name and don't like send it to someone who claims to be us.
Perfect. Well, there you have it. Our thoughts about today's topic. Stay tuned for another episode of the O Millionaire Podcast, and thank you so much to share your insights on this very interesting topic.
Yeah, and I just can say, like, please, be aware that you are not giving your data to some strange people, not bank accounts. We never ask you for a bank account usually, only if you want to get your payout, like your winnings, then we have a web, I mean, obviously you can put your data into the website in these forms. So, I mean, nobody can see it. So make sure you protect your data, and so everything should be fine.
Great.
Thank you very much, Maradona, for this
Thank
question.
you so much. And stay tuned for another episode. Until then, you can't win
if you don't play.